Well, what's up, everybody? Bishop Johnson here, Chris Johnson, aka the Greatness Coach, here bringing you another episode of the Pastor Plus podcast. I'm sitting down having conversations with people who I believe embody the Pastor Plus concept to its fullest. And today, my guest is nothing short of the Pastor Plus concept. He is a minister of the gospel, also an author, a life coach. He is a weight loss philosopher. And I'm excited to have him on the Pastor Plus podcast, former NFL player. Everyone help me welcome to the podcast today, Mr. Terrance Pennington. T, what's going on, man?
Man, doing good. Is hearing you saying that, introducing me, and just having wow. Because if you would told me, I'll be doing this, when I was playing football in the NFL, I would have said, what? No, So it's just wow. You never know what God is going to place you or have you, go to. So I'm just excited to be here, excited to be on this Pastor Plus, and also excited for all the things that you have going on to help us. So I'm just in a good, exciting moment in season right now. You?
Well, T, man, it's awesome because you have such an interesting story going all the way back, playing college football, then NFL, and then that prompts you to write a book entitled Play by Play. So can you, if would, for those who may be just kind of catching up and not really knowing who you are and your story, can you kind of give us kind of an overview of your story and how it is you get to the point to where now you're motivated to inspire other people?
Yes. It's interesting because I'm 6'8" stand today. So meaning that, of course, growing up, I was, I guess, the black sheep on the other end from David being a small one to run, but I was the opposite. So meaning for me, I had a lot of people have high expectations, on me. And when I was not able to meet those expectations, the end result was me feeling rejected, low self-esteem, low confidence, all of the above. So I had that struggle with myself, with my identity, with who I am. I'm different. So going forward, use my body to play football, play sports. Was able to go to college and scholarship, and I was able to be blessed to go play in the field, drafted Buffalo Bills, play for the Falcons, Bills, Giants, and I'm enjoying it and learning, that side of course, football, disciplines, the fast life, all that comes with it. And then fast forward, get hurt, injured, and basically fell down rock bottom. So coming from the top of the mountain, and now it's like I'm in a pit, like Joseph. I'm in that pit, and it was tough, Bishop, because one, being a man, right, put me tough, put me strong, and then growing up in a football mindset, it's a mindset of I don't care about your feelings, get it done. I don't care about how you feel, get it done, right? So having that mindset, not sharing my feelings or feeling bad because I shouldn't be crying, I shouldn't be doing this, but it was weighing on me, my depression. So fast forward, we all have our breaking point, and we know that God, He loves us when we're on our knees, when we're broken. And I knew that I was not happy, I was not satisfied, I had joy, I had peace. I had, suicide thoughts, I had give up thoughts because I had my hope was on my identity, and my identity was a football player. And I learned through that experience that was a huge problem because when I lost football, I lost my life. Compared to me learning under you, it's like, no, my identity is a Christian. My identity is that. So it doesn't matter what happens to me in life. That will never change. But I had to go through those experiences for me to be able to help teach, others through mine. So I just want to encourage anybody listening, like, hey, you had to go through it so you could teach it, and help others. So yeah, so I've definitely been through it, Bishop.
Man, it's so interesting you say that. You do, and you said you played in the NFL. You were an offensive lineman. So, those anybody who knows about offensive linemen, you had to beef up. So you're 6'8", and what were you, 300 maybe?
Yeah, I appreciate that. 335, 340
Wow.
was my playing weight. Yeah, man, big boy all my life.
Yeah.
So yes, so like I said, now it's different too, because being a lineman, you know, I mean, we'll work out, but we don't love running. It's not, you know, the big guys are not like, yes, let's go. No, right?
Yeah.
Or breathing hard, breathing heavy. Now we love doing pancakes. You know, we love protecting the quarterback and scoring. You know, so it's just so interesting that being a lineman and having that mindset, and now having a shift. You know, with me being so big with pushing fitness and health and exercise, but also, you know,
Yeah.
Mental, spiritual, physical health. Yes.
So the shift that you talk about, you know,
Uh-huh.
you're 340 and you're 340, but you realize that playing football, this is something that, you know, you got to do this because you got to be big, you got to be strong, you got to. At what point did the shift take place? Like when you're not playing football anymore and something had to click to say, wait a minute, I can't stay 340.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
what was that like?
Two shifts.
Okay.
One shift when I was done with the Giants, and we had my exit with a doctor. I remember the doctor asked, he said, Pennington, how many guys over years old you see 6'7", over 300 pounds walking? I'm like, I don't see it. He said, exactly. So don't get your weight off. You're not gonna make that. And that hit me. And the second one was after the NFL, I didn't have that insurance. So I had to get my own life insurance, and they denied me. I said, how you don't say I'm not in shape? I just got done playing a football game. I play in the field. How are you saying that I'm unhealthy? So that's those two instances shift. It's okay, T. You're healthy in a football, but
Wow.
now you're in a different world, but also you want longevity, right? For my body, my bones, but also seeing these guys, Bishop, you know, I'm part of the NFL Player Association, seeing these older guys who didn't take care of, or they maybe change their health, change their weight, and seeing how they bad and beat up in surgery, back, spines. And I was like, I did not want to fall into that category. So yeah, so I would
Wow.
say that those two instances were like a wake up call for me to saying, okay, you're not an offensive lineman no more, Terrence. It's time to shift.
Man, that had to be tough when you've lived your whole life
Yes.
being identified by, you know, the tag of football, and now you have to shift and say, okay, if I'm going to live the rest of my life and win and excel at that, I got to get this weight off, you know.
Yes, yes, you're right. It's hard because I got a full ride scholarship because of my size,
Mm.
right? I got paid a lot of money because of my size. So now, you know, so having that shift of saying this is good, this is great, and now it's like it's not good, it's not great, and yes, it can take some time. You know, making that shift. So yeah, but I'm glad that I made it. My back is glad, my knees glad, but not just that. My wife, because you know, in the day, I put my body through you know through the rings. So it's like, okay, what can I do to make sure that I don't be a burden on her, right? Because we get older. So it's being that responsibility as a man and saying, okay, T, you did this, so you need to do what you can to make sure that you know you can look at your wife in the eye during that time if it's help and say, hey, I did my best what I can do, boo. So we're gonna be here instead of saying I could have, should have, would have, you know. So that all also is a big thing to make sure that I don't put that burden on my wife, what I can't control.
And so that shift that took place, that flip, that switched in you, you then were inspired to put pen to paper and say there's going to be some more people who are going to need this extra push. Somebody's going to need to have that switch flipped in them, that shift to take place in their own life. And you wrote a book called Play by Play.
Play by play.
And so talk to us a little bit about the inspiration behind the book and what were you thinking when you wrote it? And yeah, I'm anxious to hear this.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Before I wrote the book, years before, I had people, you know, tell me, Terry, you gotta write a book. You gotta write a book. I'm like, write a book? Like, check my English papers in the past. Writing is not my thing. Are you for real? Like, I could talk with you, right? So I've been hearing it. I'm like, okay. So I had a client that I helped lose 100, help for that person and his wife. They both lost over 100 pounds. So he called me one day and said, hey, I got a lady I want you to meet. And I said, okay. And when I met this lady was a coach and helping people to bring their story out and write books and things like that. And so I met her and she's like, you could do this, T? I said, okay. So, you know how it is, Bishop, you know, okay, let's do this. And you leave. I can't do this, you know? And it was just that spirit I had of me, you know, of that doubt, confidence. Can I do it? When people read my book, you know, I read a lot of John Maxwell, a lot of them are big readers. So having that comparison, So this what shifted me to write the book, and I would love to share this because I learned that I was thinking about me, right?
Mm.
Me being rejected, me feeling this way. And with my clients, before I wrote my book, I will have them to read different literature. And I had one client, I remember Dominique, shout out to Dominique. And when she was reading, I could tell she's on it. But when she wasn't reading, I could tell. So I got off the phone with her. I'm like, how can I get her to stay on this reading? I know some books get redundant, boom. I said, that's it, T. You got to write your book so then it can relate and put what you need and keep your attention. I said, I got it. So that's why, as soon as I got it, 90 days, I just did 1,500 words a day and just wrote it down in 90 days and got it out. But what my book is about is what I call play by play, because I wanted to help people to know the good, bad, and the ugly.
Mm.
I want them to know the cost. Like, Jesus, teaches the cost of being a disciple. And I read a lot of weight loss books, do this, do that, but I want to know how you get over, when your mama wants you to eat all the food and you want to say no. How do you get over your emotional eating struggles? How do you get over going through depression, you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to lose weight, but still going through the depression moments? How do you change from a big man mindset and now I got to think small? So I wanted to really teach them play by play, just like football, really understanding that. And so many people enjoyed it because it's real, it's authentic, and I just want to tell the truth. So yeah, if you're looking for an authentic book and know the truth, woo, yeah, I'm gonna give it all to you. But it was worth it. And just like Israelites going through wilderness, I had to go through my wilderness for me to make that change. So yeah, so my next book, I need to call it Exodus, because that's what I really believe. Making that lifestyle transformation with your health is so similar of the Israelites going through the Exodus process.
Health is one of those things that, especially in the body of Christ, people neglect and overlook just simply because we think, that our spirituality can be a substitute for healthy and I guess abundant living. But if you don't have good health, you can't live long enough to see the goodness of the Lord, and it affects your quality of life and how you do what you do. And so you're so right on that. Everybody has that journey. The Bible says, "I would that you be in good health," and so many people miss that part of it, of being in good health. And I know that's a lesson that I'm learning. For me to do what I do in ministry, I've got to have the energy. I've got to be alert. I've got to have the mental energy to do it. How do you see, just in your Christian walk, but then just talking to people who are doing ministry and in ministry, how do you see where their health affects how effective they are doing what they do?
Good. I definitely see a difference. God had put so many pastors and ministers in my program, and what I learned and noticed is, it's a lot of energy that you exude out trying to help people and preaching, traveling, but also it weighs on us mentally as leaders, right? Because a lot of us, have that heart so we can hold on us. And then when we're eating food that's not help give us nutrients and getting that, now we lack of sleep. Now we're not having recovery. So now we can't perform. So what I believe and see is just like an athlete that, we want to perform at a high level for Christ, want to perform at a high level for our community, our family. And it's important for me to teach and help people. It's like, hey, if you want to give your all,
Mm.
so now let me help and teach you and show you how to feed your body. So now you can, show up and show out at a high level consistently.
That's good.
Right. And that's what we want is consistency. And that's, we can do it one day, but can you do it consistently in our body? It's just like playing football, right? You got to rehab, take care of your body, you got to eat, ice, right? If you want to hold that level of high intensity. So that's the message for me, for ministers, pastors, to really hit their heart is, hey, my goal is to help you to perform at a high level consistently. And a lot of people see the difference. A lot of ministers, pastors, and I help. They're like, man, you right, T. Like, I'm not so tired and burnt out after a whole Sunday like I usually am. And Monday, I'm like not worth nothing to my family or whatever,
Wow.
So like just those testimonies, just so awesome, and it's pushed me more to help out more people.
And you have a complete system to help people do that. I saw it, the TPX system. Unpack that. What's the TPX system? I'm putting you on the hot seat real quick.
I love
What's
it.
the TPX system?
It's the same similar system I learned from playing sports, NFL.
Mm,
You know, if you look at NFL, you see that it's at a high level. You see it gets better because of system. So for me, I understand that it's so important that we understand and learn, just like football, got to know the plays, how to run it. So before I ever put a client on a field, like let's learn these plays because I believe a lot of people start, but they get their butt kicked because they're not understanding. It's like football. You gotta understand the defense, what they're trying to do, audible, right? Same thing. So that's the first step. And then also accountability. Playing
mm,
sports, you play ball, you get watched every play, every practice,
yeah.
right? So it's like there's no cheating. So for me, I have a system where you have to, maybe showing your meals. If it's showing, hey, I've got done my workout, because just like in the word, you want to be in the light. So my job is to have you to stay in the light. Then also it's having that support as a team experience, because you're on this journey. It can be hard, it's tough. But being around other people, just like Christians in church, that's why we go to church. We want to be around others and energy and like-minded people, so then that can encourage you to keep going when you have on those tough days. Or we all have days we want to throw in a towel, where you're like, you know what, that person made me stay one more day, and you never know what that one more day could turn to another year, 2 years. So it's just a system like NFL where it's four steps: plan. We
Mm,
plan our meals, plan our workouts. We commit to it, right? And then we have to really focus on number three is discipline or overcoming temptations. Same thing Jesus had to do, right? In the
yeah.
desert wilderness. And the fourth one is repeat, meaning do it again. So just like when I play ball, we have practice, we have film, we have rehab, we have walkthrough, do it again. Practice, film, workout, rehab, do it again. And
I
then
love
we
it.
get ready for the game on Sunday. And guess what? We do it again. So it's just that same process like we do in the word, right? Get up, hopefully, read your book, do your prayers, have your things, go to church, right? So like
Mm,
you do it again, brush your teeth, do it again. So that's the process I teach is from I learned from NFL, and that was, I believe, one of the gifts God have given me to be in that system, so I could learn how to lead, how to coach, how to get people to believe. Just like maybe you came from a bad team and now you're going to a different team, or maybe a team that you've been losing, like their journey helped, and now I want to bring you into a winning team and show you a different culture. And that's one thing I'm real big is culture, helping people understand, how to win and how to sustain a winning attitude.
that's why, everybody who's listening, that's why you need a coach.
Yeah.
That's why you need a coach. Some of you had a good word spoken over you just this past Sunday. Good
Mm-hmm.
word spoken over you. You're getting spiritually fed, but as it relates to your health journey, you just need a system. You need a coach to hold you accountable. And for those of you, let me reset the room just a minute. Those of you who are just now joining us, I'm on today the Pastor Plus podcast with my guy, Terrance Pennington. He's an author, life coach, weight loss philosopher, and we're unpacking his TPX system. And this is the TP experience, baby. And we're talking about him taking us play by play, shifting some of the things in our mentality and our lifestyle to help us through the weight loss journey. You have a 10-day detox program, T. Um, what talk about that a little bit, because I hear detox all of the time, but I don't think everybody really understands what detox really is.
Yes, love it. So for my process in my program, the 10 days is truly crucifying that flesh.
Mm,
It's those 10 days of getting your natural taste buds stuff together, because when we eat a lot of artificial foods, and so what happens is now your hormones, dopamine, brain. So there's a lot of supernatural flavors. So now when somebody eat a regular fruit, or and they're like, I don't like this, but like, no, it's your taste buds is changed because you have all this fake food. So it's 10 days of fasting, 10 days of retraining your mind. I'm saying I don't live to eat, I eat to live. The whole saying goes. So it's a 10 days is more of getting your body, getting your digestive system right. But more than anything is cutting off that flesh, crucifying that flesh. It's like, Jesus teaches us every day to crucify. So that's what the 10 days is for. It's like, hey, let's get all the chips, all the soda, all that out your way, so then we can really get your mind right, get your sleep better. Just a lot. Digestive, using restroom, pores, skin. I mean, there's a lot. So it's not just about what we eat inside, is more of a mental experience for those 10 days, just like we do a Daniel fast or different, things we do for our faith.
That's good. I see so many spiritual connections here. That before we start to replace old ideologies or old practices, we have to detox from it. We have to cleanse ourselves from it. And that's a spiritual practice that I believe this gives a manifestation of. That spiritual practice is just getting rid of the old stuff, flushing it all out, like you said, crucifying that flesh. I really, really love this concept, man, the TP experience. I need everybody to connect with Terrance, and I'm going to put all of his social media handles and things of that nature in the description of this video. And I need you to connect with him. Terrance, there's now I talk to a lot of pastors and ministers who are very itinerant. They're busy. They're on the go, and they're always, just kind of like, what I know about pastors is there's always an excuse, right? Man, I got to fly in here. I got to go over. I got to do ministry here. You have Fit University, which is an alternative for those who are very itinerant, people who want to work at their own pace. Fit University is an option. What is Fit University, and how can people plug into that?
Yes. So Fit University, what I call it is, of course, you're going through a learning process of learning. So Fit University are for people like, hey, I don't have a lot of time, so I can watch these videos and learning on my own time. That works for me. So it's kind of like you're doing online college or school compared to maybe going on campus, which can take time, parking, compared to sit at my desk and just be able to do it. So that's the benefit for busy people. Then also with Fit University, I'm able to now take somebody through like a course or school where we're starting here and now we're going to the next level, next level. So we're just able to go step by step, level by level, and we go at a pace what a person can handle. And I'm real big on that. And I believe a lot of people do start with unrealistic goals, or maybe the goals they have, but their level of responsibility or understanding maybe does not match, if it makes sense what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So just start people where they at. But Fit University, man, it's been great. The response, the results, because it's just very convenient for people who are very, very busy, or need to squeeze some time, but they don't have all the time. If that makes sense.
Yeah, especially with all of these people who are working from home, you can walk right out of your office and go get Fit University in and get right back to work.
Absolutely, and all the workouts, exercise are online. So I go live 5 days a week. The thing about I believe my program very separate me is what I call TP Experience, because I had bad knees, bad back when I was done playing ball. So my exercise routine is not like I'm gonna kill you, beat you up. No. Like, we need longevity. I'm trying to do this forever. So my mindset, as a coach, is I want you to be able to do 30-40 minutes of something that you can do consistently. Number one, and two, my program, I have 2 levels, level 1, level 2, Bishop, and that's for people who need low impact knees, back, or level 2 a little higher. So so my program makes it so it helps people who have injuries or low confidence. If I can do this, and now they're like, okay, this guy had set something up that meet my needs, my conditions, and that's why a lot of people love my program, because I am them. I had the injuries, so I get it.
You're what you do reminds me so much of, I think every preacher at some point kind of looks at Jesus's 12 disciples and kind of say, okay, I'm that one, right? Yeah. And so I think when I think about you, I think about Luke. just simply because he was concerned about health. The Bible says that Luke was a physician. And so I think about what you're doing and then conflating that with the ministerial task. How have you used what you do as a platform to do ministry, to talk about God? And how has, your business or your marketplace ventures been a platform for you to really, really minister to people instead of, because sometimes people just say, well, this is just business. I'm not going to mix that. But what you're doing is in essence, it's ministry.
Yes, absolutely. I had to go through it personally myself because during my time of trying to lose weight, what I believe is that a lot of us are going to food, to board, to fulfill something. If it's, I want to look good, I want to feel good, I want to be valued, or, whatever it might be. And my whole goal is, just like you just told Peter, like, hey, you're going to be fishermen. So people think that they actually coming to me to lose weight, and that's fine. But when they come in, they know, like, no, like this is a transformation,
wow,
mind, body, and spirit. So this helps me to learn, okay, where do you put your hope in? I got a lot of clients that didn't put it in God and put themselves in, and explains why they go up and down with their hope, with their faith and confidence. Because if you have confidence in yourself only, and you're not a confident person, then how high is that level going to be? And I was that person, so I understand. So no, that's why I said Exodus, next book, because it's so intertwined with the spiritual and the physical. Because when a client first start, there's none they see. They don't see no weight loss. They don't see nothing. So this is truly a faith walk. You have to really put faith in, I'm going to eat this way and do this and be consistent and have faith that this will come out. And even if the scale shows me different on that day, are you going to continue to still go forward, right? And not say I'm not going to allow what I see is what I hear. And what I heard is Terrance said this, science says does this, and I'm going to let what I hear, right, guide me, or what I see. And that's the importance I love with connecting the, God's word with fitness, because it's the same thing, with our spiritual walk, where I want it now, I want it like this, or this is hard, this is tough. And it's tough. Peter talked about Second Peter, believe long suffering. So like, hey, this is the same process. And I'm gonna end with this. You want to know really what I teach the clients? I tell them this: if you really want to change, lose your weight, what we got to develop is just the fruit of spirit.
Wow.
Self-control. You
Yeah.
gotta have love.
Come on,
you
man.
love for yourself. You gotta be gentle to yourself, even when you mess up, and not beat yourself up.
Yeah.
You gotta have peace with yourself, or maybe peace with your last attempt. You try to lose weight, it didn't work, and have peace for it, not have grieving. You bring in that baggage over, just like some people can do when they join a new church. They bring in that baggage from old church relationship, and not being done with it or dead at it, or saying, what, that was then. This is a new spot, new place, new season. So it's a fruit of spirit. And I just teach them, hey, we work on that, the fruit, your weight loss is going to come. So let's focus on developing fruit. And that shift has made so many people to have more of a peaceful way of doing this, and not chasing a number of scales. So now they're chasing fruit and not chasing numbers. And that's what's beautiful to see.
That's good, man. Chasing fruit. Man, that's, Terrance, man, this has been an awesome, awesome time with you. And I really appreciate you sitting down with me. As I do always, I let my guests have the last segment, if would, to motivate, to pray, or whatever you want to do. Before I bring you to do that, I want to remind everyone listening in and watching right now, if you're a pastor, an influencer, even a community leader, even on June 24th and the 25th, for 2 days, I'm bringing in a publicist, I'm bringing in a social media expert, I'm bringing in 2 content strategists, and we're just talking about building your influence, strengthening your impact, giving you valuable insight on how you can be a plus person, a person that not only influences ministry, but also influences the marketplace, getting the word out. And so I'm excited about it, man, because we're going to have professional video shoots for you to do promotional concerts. I'm going to have a a professional photographer come in so we can get those Instagram and Facebook platforms linked up and universal and all looking the same. I mean, it's going to be something that for 2 days we're pouring into leaders and ministers. And what I'm excited about is that you're registered already for the Pastor Plus camp.
I can't wait. I can't wait. You know why I can't wait? Because my track record showed it. I got a coach to help me write my book. I wrote a book. I had a coach in football. I was able to go to college, NFL. I have a business coach. So, I mean, my track record shows is get somebody that knows what they're doing. So then that will help me to save time, energy, sanity, resources, and those things we want to save. So I believe in it. I'm excited to learn from people who are doing what I want to do. And now they could tell me, it's like playing video games. Go left, go right, jump there. Instead of me trying to do it myself. And now I'm losing man, try it again. I'm throwing the controller down, frustrated. And we could be using that energy and time and doing productivity things, which we're going to learn from the event. So, man, I'm pumped up. I can't wait.
Everybody, go to my website, cajohnson.org. Click on the link that says Pastor Plus at the top. All of the information is there. Deadline to register is June the 8th. But I need you to go ahead and get registered right now because we're coaching and we've got to cut off a list there for the registrations. We have a few more spots available, but we're wanting this. The reason why we've limited the space because of all of the things and resources we're going to be giving. I want to make sure everyone gets the personal attention that they need. And so go get registered, cajohnson.org. You've been watching Pastor Plus, and my guest today is Terrance Pennington, author, life coach, weight loss philosopher. He is here to give us our final thought right now. T, take us away.
Yes, I want to encourage anybody that's been thinking about, their health journey, been thinking about I need to change or on a journey and struggling. I want to encourage you with this. I believe one of the tricks of the enemy, we say it in we heard in Hosea is our people perish for lack of knowledge, lack of understanding. And I believe that a lot of people struggle in their health because they just don't understand. And just like me personally, it was a time where I didn't understand the Bible. I didn't understand that. And I had somebody to teach me and show me. And when I was able to understand, then, oh man, I got so excited for it. And that's why I want to encourage you. So ask yourself, have anybody ever taught me, developed me about my health, about fitness, nutrition, compared to a couple of tips? My cousin said that, and I struggled. But when I learned, man, it was just went to another level. So I just want to encourage you, anybody in here, it ain't gotta be with me, just get knowledge, get understanding. And just like how we are teachers trying to help others to understand the word so now they can know how to pray, how to lead. Same thing with fitness, my whole goal. And once you learn it, Bishop, like anything else, 1 + 1 is 2. I've got to teach you that. And once you got it, do it again. And my goal is this. You're going to do it so many times where it's hard to get it wrong. And that's my goal, is to where it's hard to get my fitness wrong. It's hard to forget. And God will honor it because it is your temple. Romans 1, it says our body has been bought, paid for. But also I love 3 John chapter 1 verse 2 says it. He said, dear friends, I hope all is well with you, that you are as healthy in your body as you're strong in spirit. And it's so important. And when you say that, because obviously it's saying it's important your body's healthy. So I'm here. If you need help, I will run with you, encourage you. We're going to cry together, laugh together, and we're going to fight together. So allow me to be your Joshua, and we're going to go take over Jericho. I can't wait to see you.